Welcome back. Liz Rosko here again with some new info for you. I hope that you found the last message helpful and that you're all at home dancing and baking and yogaing. Totally kidding. If you made it through the last week and everyone is still healthy and in one piece, that's a major success in my book. For today, let's talk about talking. Functional communication strategies have likely been a focus of your parent meetings and a big topic for your kiddo. I'd like to focus on how to keep calm and communicate as we continue to navigate our way through all of this chaos. So let's recall first that communication is behavior. Functional communication just references our ability to dig into our bag of tricks and pull out what we know to be able to communicate with a variety of people in a variety of places through our day-to-day routines. Where each kiddo lies on that continuum of functional communication varies, but the way that we work on making communication more functional is actually much more simple. So I have 5 different steps for you today to work on this. The first one would be following your child's lead. Start where they are, meet them at their level. Step 2 is to determine what would be the next level we want to get them to, and we're going to give them a more functional way to communicate what they are already attempting to say. Step 3 is to model it. Step 4 is to reinforce when they give you that higher level of communication. Step 5 then is to differentiate. That just means moving forward, we're going to do it this way because you showed me you can. This way isn't going to work for you anymore. So that being said, here are some examples. If your child communicates primarily by pulling or hand leading, allow them to guide you to wherever it is they are trying to take you, whether it's a certain space, an activity, to a certain item. Once they get you there, model the word very clearly to label whatever that is. You want to gesture to that space, that item. If it's a specific item, try holding it up by your mouth like this so they can watch your mouth move as you're modeling that word for them. You want to do that 2 to 3 more times. The hope is that they will then attempt to approximate that word that you're giving them to request that space or that item. Any attempt at all to approximate that word, you should follow up with a ton of reinforcement, letting them know that that's what you're looking for. And then after you are done with that, you're going to move to making sure then to differentiate in the future. So when they are attempting to lead you to this thing that they have been able to approximate, you're going to model again for them to try and say the word. The next example might be if your kid is using any other kind of gesture, eye gaze, a point, something like that. Use the same steps as the previous example. You're just going to try to get them to the next level of communication. Another example might be if your kid is already approximating words, but they're not always understood. The example I have is for eat. So say your kiddo is saying E all the time when they want to eat something. You can try to shape that up by adding in that sound to make it a more intelligible word. Sometimes it's helpful to add a cue for the specific sounds. It's just another visual to prompt them to give you the sound you're looking for. So for eat, maybe you're going to tap on your tooth, flick your finger. You can do a variety of different things just to bring attention to that sound. So eat. And then, of course, when they give that sound to you in that full word, big praise, whatever is reinforcing for them. And then that will be the new expectation. The last example I have is for if you have a kiddo using single words or just short phrases and you want them to work on expanding, making it maybe into a sentence, you're going to do the same thing as the steps above and you're going to model what you would like them to do. Try only adding maybe a word at a time so it's not too overwhelming. And again, once they're able to give it to you, just know next time that's what the new expectation is going to be. Last but certainly not least, please also reach out to your milestone speech therapist and your other providers to collaborate on this and for more helpful tips and guidance. Thanks.